So, sorry about that. Yeah, it was... it's because I now have two microphones, and I think it was trying to pick up the other one, and that's like way over there. Yeah, we are kind of jumping right in, and since it's been about like a week since I played this, let me just roll back a bit for a recap. Let's see. Oh, this is when she got Battler to say everyone else was in the other room, right? It won't let me back any farther than that. Okay. Yeah, I know it was a bit abrupt. I didn't know quite where to stop it last time. Yeah. Good job on you, Battler, for giving her both duct tape and victory, basically. Okay, I think we're good to start. So, let's continue like right into it. Yeah, like was said. Uh-oh. Or we could like not continue it and it could decide to freeze. That's cool too. I've never actually had this program freeze on me. That's disappointing. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. Minor technical difficulties are expanding ever more.
Hi, Erika-kyo.
You hear nothing? Like, what do you mean? I hope everyone else hears things. That would be tragic. I'm assuming that they are, considering people are saying it's a good song to start on. There we go. Okay, cool. Now it's not freezing.
Oh
yeah, I told myself I was gonna try something. Oh, okay, I guess that didn't work. Oh well, we'll try it again later. What level of reasoning is possible for Furuto, Erika? At least 3 rooms worth of duct tape. Really far behind. I'm like a minute behind. Refresh that. Hopefully that's not the actual speed that I'm broadcasting at. Okay, that's much better. For just an instant, a red longsword had returned to Dolinor's hand. She had been given permission to draw it, thanks to the red truth that she had finally gained. When the fight concerned these 2 sealed rooms from now on, Dolinor would be able to use that merciless blade, the red key. This overwhelming power could slice even the Game Master in half. For a while, Erika and Dolinor grinned at each other, entranced by the ruthless red light that was burned into their eyes. Yeah, I know, yeah, that isn't going to be a problem later. Cornelius' question was very simple. Those 2 had made this move boldly and treated it like a powerful one. So it almost made it seem as though this move would greatly damage the witch. However, if you thought about it, Erika was just strangling her own neck. Don't question the detective.
むしろ所在を確定させない人間が多い方が人間に有利ではないかと推測するものなりや。
今はまだ、今日も上司主席もそれを明かす段階にないと知りたてまつる。
死後陳謝するものなり。
Cornelia looked like she wasn't satisfied. In the previous game, Battler had desperately tried to crush the closed room of Kinzo escaping from Esteta using various methods. As a result, Kinzo had escaped into the darkness of the night, and it had later been possible to treat him like an elusive phantom. In other words, closed rooms were advantageous to witches and disadvantageous to humans. Witches proposed closed rooms, and humans destroyed and denied them. That should have been the standard tactic of the game. And yet, Erica had created a closed room herself, and sealed a full 11 humans in them. In other words, this was the same as abandoning the right to use those 11 people when explaining all of the later tricks. Battler was never too committed to the anti-mystery side. Yeah. Anti-fantasy. Oh, I didn't read that last line. Sorry, I was looking at chat. In the past, Battler had confirmed the locations of certain people, but that had been to check whether certain pieces existed with which he could break closed rooms. A completely different situation. Why had Erica taken these 11 people, who were also her pieces, and sealed them in a closed room? Because she's trying to make Bernkastel forgive her. Cornelia hadn't experienced enough fights to understand this move, which looked as though they were trapping themselves.
不気味な一手ですね。一体エリカは何を企んでいるのでしょう。
Probably something sinister.
攻撃とは限らねえさ。チェスも将棋もそうだろ。キングの守りを固めておくのだって立派な戦略だ。
つまりこの2部屋の封印は攻めでなく守りだと。
そう考えるのが妥当だろうぜ。おかげで生存者たちにちょっかいが出しづらくなった。第2の番が実行しにくくなったってわけだ。
ああ、なるほど。魔女側は
Surprise party for the
謎
kids.
を多く提示した方が有利。
Surprise, your parents are dead.
そうだ。何しろ一つでも謎が通れば魔女の勝ちなんだからな。多くの密室を提示した方が有利に戦える。
The riddles that the witch side sets up are equivalent to attacks. The human side must perfectly intercept all of those. It's almost like a penalty kickoff, where letting a single point slip by means defeat. So the witch side wants to increase its number of attacks. The human side wants to lower the number of attacks. When Battler had fought on the human side, he hadn't thought of the survivors holding up in a room as being particularly useful. However, from the witch's side perspective, the strategy was simple, but effective. What made Beto incredible was how she had bluffed and sneered at that as though it was useless. On the inside, she must have been very worried about how to break down all of these barricades in each game. Right now, I'm sure of that.
なるほど。事件が発生できないように守りを固めるのも人間側の戦い方なんですね。
しかしそれは平凡な一手だ。あの名探偵フルドエリカがあれだけ自信満々に強打するほどの一手じゃない。
Would Erica be happy after playing a defensive move? Though this move looks as though she's restraining herself. It's also extremely unlikely that Erica had played a defensive move.
これはきっと守りじゃなく攻めなんだ。どういう攻撃か理解はできねえがな。
次は私たちの手番ですが、どうしますか？
とりあえず表向きは奴は第一の番の推理ではなく第二の番を防ぐための守りに手番を費やした。押さば引け、引かば押せだ。ならこっちは攻めていくしかない。
しかしどう攻めればいいやら。ゲストハウスはかなりの守りになっています。
そうだな。ゲストハウスの全域が今やエリカの支配下に見える。しかしビショップやナイトのように敵陣に食い込むのを得意とする駒だっていろいろある。
Battler snapped his fingers, and a single gold butterfly appeared from the darkness, then flew in front of the chessboard, trailing gold sparks behind it. It landed without a sound, then transformed into a black piece representing the witch's darkness.
X-ray。これもチェス用語だったな。
はい。
I can almost imagine Erica's last piece of duct tape. She uses it to cover Battler's mouth.
一見敵の支配下に見えるマスが
Shut up, Battler.
実際は自分の駒が十分に影響力を効かせていることを見透かして攻撃する高等技法です。
エリカ、生存者を全て密閉し次なる俺の攻撃を防げると本気で信じているならそれは甘い考え
だ。Battler raised his new black piece high. His target was a single open space deep behind enemy lines.
どうこれが俺の王手だ。
Cryptic Battler's cryptic.
これでようやく羽が伸ばせます。まずは屋敷に深夜の散歩と参りましょうか。
殺人犯が潜んでいるかもしれない不気味な屋敷にこのような深夜に散歩とは酔狂な御仁です。
とんでもない。ようやく得た自由時間じゃないですか。今の私はプール授業の後の自由時間みたいにワクワクしています。
Now that Burnt Castell was nowhere in sight, Erica was regaining her high spirits. She wasn't exaggerating when she said she could spread her wings. I'm still not very far in Higurashi. I really haven't played much more since I last played it. Dolinar knew that she was risking her own destruction in this game, and she was not in a favorable position by any means. Dolinar could do nothing but assist Erica, so that she could fight to the best of her abilities.
よし。ゲストハウス1階の戸締まりも完璧ですね。玄関もちゃんとチェーンロックで封じられています。
Before leaving the guest house, Erica did a check of the first floor, making sure that nothing was out of place. Then she found a flashlight and umbrella in the servant room next to the entrance.
では参りましょう。
まずは6人の死因くらいは確定しなくちゃ。
She unset the chain, unlocked the door, and opened it. The freezing outside air poured in.
風はだいぶあるようです。
まあこの体など 私にとって肉
I am
な
but
の
a
で
cage of flesh.
濡れようが冷えようがどうでもいいことです。行きましょう。
You know, saying 3 rooms worth of duct tape is fairly ambiguous. What's the definition of a room in this case? When Erica dropped her gaze to open her umbrella, she noticed something lying at her feet. Spooky! Letters!
これはいつもの手紙です。
It was one of those letters sent by the witch, with the seal of the one-winged eagle on it. It had been wedged under the outside mat in front of the entrance, as though someone had predicted that Erica would eventually leave for the mansion by this way. It was in the shadow of the large eaves, so it had avoided the rain entirely.
早速来ましたね。まるで待ち受けていたかのように。
She bent over and picked it up. She then tore it open recklessly and pulled the letter inside out of it. A message had been written in neat letters.
ようこそフルドエリカ様。
Yeah, it's almost like someone expected her here.
やれやれ。私を名指しでですか。
Let me adjust this slightly. Not a little bit more in front of my face. Okay, that's too much in front of my face. There we go.
完全に読まれてますね。
内容は何です？
犯行予告です。いや、事後報告と言うべきですね。後宮バトラの死体をお預かりしたそうです。どうぞ探してみてくださいとか言ってます。
第二の晩の寄り添いし2人を引き裂けではないのですか？
まあ、死体が消失する云々はベアとのゲームでも何度かありました。
You say you don't think the guest house even has any other doors, but you know the guest house has windows and Eric is crazy.
それほど親身のある話ではありません。
Erica shrugged and scorned the letter. However, this letter was a real attack. All of the survivors were sealed in the rooms on the second floor. And after Cross and the others had gone around checking doors and windows, Eric had personally made sure that there was nothing at the spot. So, it was an attack saying, someone who shouldn't be here placed this letter, and that someone was a witch. That was also an attack the old Beto had often used. It's Puta Puta Pico Man, or the hobo in the woods, one of them.
やれやれ。見せ方も同じならトリックまで同じだって言うんじゃないでしょうね。ドラノール、バトラを呼び出してください。
了解です。バトラ卿、東方の手番を所望です。
了解だ。受けて立つ。
申し訳ありません。実は差し手の宣言ではありません。実は謝罪です。一つ謝らなければならないことがありまして。
Apologize. Battler and Beto's eyes went wide. However, though Erica had said she wanted to apologize, she had a confident look on her face, as though even that apology would be a new move. Because Erica doesn't apologize. So Battler glared at her dubiously, without letting his guard down.
例の遡っての封印についてですが、実はすでに1箇所封印しておりました。それのご報告が遅くなりましたことをお詫びしたいと思います。
すでに封印していた？つまりお前はもうこれで3部屋分を使い切っていたという。
What a noob can't even hold on to it long enough to do something useful.
はい、直ちに報告するお約束だったのですが、うっかり失念して ここまでゲームを進めてしまいました。
Does that face look like the face of someone who just conveniently forgot that up until now?
心よりお詫びいたします。
In sincere apologies?
心より詫びてる顔には全く見えねえぜ。まあいいぜ。
Oops.
俺が許した権利だ。それでいつどこを封印していたって？
She forgot she had photographic memory of that one scene.
ドラロール、
ご報告申し上げます。エリカ卿による死体検視時にバトラの客室を封印しておりましたことをご報告申し上げます。
Beto tried not to let it show on her face, but her eyebrows twitched visibly, and her gaze flicked over to Battler.
本来なら5つの密室すべてに封印を施したかったところなのですが、回数が足りませんでしたので、ゲームマスターのあなたに敬意を表してバトラさんの死体の部屋だけを封印させてもらいました。
ご丁寧に俺の棺桶の蓋を閉じてくれたわけか。
つい先ほど思い出しましたもので。
Oh, but she remembered. It's okay. She didn't entirely forget.
屋敷に到着し、あなたの死体の客室を調べるときにご報告すればいいかと思っていました。しかしこの手紙の登場で急ぎご報告した方がいいと思いまして。
どうしてそう思うのですか？
いえ、何しろバトラさんは自分の死体の客室が封印されてることを知らずにゲームを進めてたわけですから、それによってひょっとしたらこの登場した手紙、話が変わってくる可能性もあるかなと、そう思いまして。
いとこ部屋と隣部屋を封印中です。事後報告で申し訳ないですが、さらにあなたの死体の客室も封印中です。そして島にはエリカ卿を抜いて17人。
Press X to pay respects.
18人目の存在は過去のゲームですでに否定済みです。
となると手紙を受ける人物とあなたの死体消失、ひょっとして話も変わってくるかなと思いまして。
Erica laughed crudely, while staring into Battler's eyes to see if he was panicked or disturbed.
バトラさん、
落ち着け。エリカの報告が遅くなっただけの話だ。何も焦ることなどない。
Is that the hobo's real name? Puta Pico Man? Erica had suspected it since the beginning. It was possible that Battler actually hadn't been killed and was still alive. And if he was alive, then the letter that had suddenly appeared was easy to explain, even though all the survivors were sealed up. Judging by Beto's faint agitation, maybe Erica's guess had been right on the mark. Battler had played dead and somehow misled Erica's examination. And then when everyone holed up in the guest house, he had snuck out of the guest room. Then he had placed a letter, which was about how his own corpse had disappeared in the entrance to the lobby. And he was his own corpse the whole time in the entrance to the lobby and hid himself. If this was the truth, then the seals that had been placed on Battler's guest room at the time of Erica's examination were now very significant. In other words, if they had used this trick, then Battler would have broken the seals when he left his guest room. The trick would not be workable without breaking the seals, since the survivors were all sealed in the guest house. then if the seals in the guest room were broken, it meant actually acknowledging that one of the victims was actually alive. If Battler had known about the seals earlier, it was likely that he would have advanced the game in a very different way to avoid this. In other words, Battler's an idiot. It was very likely that an announcement about the seals would have had a large effect on the rest of Battler's game. Erica was saying, if Battler, playing the part of the corpse, didn't want to break the seals and remained inside the guest room, the plot would not have included this letter. If Battler was actually alive and had placed the letter there, then, now that Erica's seals had come into play, there's a chance that he would find a contradiction in his trick somewhere down the line. That sort of contradiction is called a logic error.
ロジックエラー？今回の物語
Oh boy, now we get to learn about a term.
聞いた気がするわ。
Let's explain
魔女
logic
側
error,
が犯
kids.
してはならぬ最大最悪のミス、反則手だ。
あ、思い出したわ。物語の表裏が合わぬこと、矛盾することとか言ってたわね。
伏せたカップの中に飴玉が現れる魔法の話を覚えているか？
ええ、マリアお姉ちゃんとエリカがそれをめぐって論争したわね。
Yeah, I know, the explanation scenes are very slow.
あれはお姉ちゃんが目を閉じている間にカップの中にこっそり飴玉を入れるだけの単純な手品だった。
そうだ。その手品の過程を観測していないマリアに結果のみが与えられ、魔法でカップの中に飴玉が現れたとする魔法幻想を受け入れたから魔法が成立した。
そうか、ロジックエラーとは不可能になってしまった手品という意味ね。
If you think about it, the time that Erica and Maria had fought fiercely about this magic with the red and blue truth was really the opening of this tale's fight. Let's try to remember that exchange, in case you forgot it. The heartless truth was that it had all been a trick. Making the candy appear in the cup by magic had been nothing more than Beto's claim. Magic can only do things that one can accomplish. In other words, you can only have a magical result if it was something that could have been done without magic. Let's remember the child crushing dreams. Let's be clear. There are two general types of magic. If you summon giants and make towers grow from the ground, but when the lid is taken off, nothing has happened in the rose garden. That's one type of magic. That is just an illusion. It's a lie with no observers that takes place where the witch says it did, in a location without any of the anti-magic toxin. Magic that doesn't have to match a result is the most simple kind, a lie. This is the same as a worthless delusion, an illusion, a daydream. Even Battler saw through it part way to the third game. Then there's another kind, the one we might call true magic, magic that matches a result. The cup trip is an example of magic that matches a result, since the observer actually checks to see that the cup's contents were empty before the candy appears. And thus, an actual observer is gained. I have noticed that, unlike the magic of illusions, magic that matches a result must follow one big rule. The rule is that only the unobserved process of what you accomplish can be transformed into magic. I can speak even more generally and ruthlessly. In short, all forms of magic are tricks. Only things that can be accomplished without magic can match the result. Ironically, This also proves that magic doesn't exist. Uh-oh, is it lagging? Oh no! It's terrible! Is it still lagging? I didn't drop any frames. And I need confirmation from more than one person that it's fixed. Fixed. Okay. Not lagging. Fixed. Okay, excellent. Okay. Sorry about that. But out of respect for the witch's game, let's call it making the game solvable and fair for the human player.
つまりカップの中の飴玉が今回はエリカの前に現れた謎の手紙ということになっている。
Yeah, if you missed anything, you missed them talking about the cup trick again.
これは手品でなくてはならない。それを兄ちゃんは魔女が魔法で手紙をそこに置いたと主張することで結果を伴う魔法にしようとしている。そうだ。生存者は全員ゲストハウスの密室に封じられている以上、突然に現れたこの手紙は魔女以外に置くことは不可能な不思議な魔法に修飾することができる。
I'm always behind on the chat. I'll be about, if everything's going right, about 20 seconds behind. Because that's how long it takes for the video to come from me stream to YouTube and then for it to catch up with everyone else.
しかしそれでもつまりは可能な手品でなくてはならないということだ。
It takes that long to to send to YouTube and process. In order to see through the trick with the candy in the cup, Erica had countered with the blue truth, saying that the candy had been snuck in there while her eyes were closed. That was the correct answer, so Maria hadn't had any red that she could use. But what if she had used it? For example, what if Maria had used the red truth then to say, until Maria lifted the cup up, the closed room of the overturned cup was preserved.
赤き真実は真実にしか使えないんでしょ?
Yeah, you gotta always add in the fact that there's the 20 seconds of sending and processing to YouTube, you know, and then people receiving it more or less, and then there's always going to be a couple seconds for me to react, especially if I'm like reading something, you know. Oh, hi Raymond.
嘘をシャーシャーと言えたら重大なルール違反だわ。そうだ。自分のトリックを否定する赤き真実は大きなルール違反だ。しかしその赤き真実に抵触しない別のトリックに即座に差し替えられるなら、いささかアンフェアではあるが、その赤き真実は認められる。この場合はカップの中の密室は維持されていたという赤き真実に矛盾しない手品のトリックを魔女側は即座に提出しなければならないということね。証拠を突きつけられて二転三転させる政治家の言い訳みたいだわ。そうだ。まあその程度の赤ならばまだ苦しい言い訳でも言い逃れられよう。テーブルに仕掛けがあったとか、二重底の手品用カップだったとか。しかしもしあらかじめその可能性についても赤で否定があったなら、それも通用しない。赤き真実が多ければ多いほど言い逃れの余地もなくなるわけだ。
In actuality, the candy had been put in the cup while Maria's eyes were closed. However, if, when Erica saw through that, Maria had used the red truth to say that the closed room of the cup had been preserved, the witch would have to rush and revise the scenario to a new trick that still worked logically after that new red. Revising the scenario is an unfair move that would never be allowed in mysteries. However, the very act of revising the scenario takes place inside the witch's head, which is an unobservable world. Yeah, I know this is kind of weird. Oh, why did it freeze again? Really? This is the second time tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna blame that new Windows 10 update, actually. Well, that's unfortunate. Come on, please, recover. Okay, new rule. We're gonna be saving like every 20 minutes or so while we're doing this. FYI, just because dumb things like this. Wait, did the stream die? Oh, wait. Wait. It recovered. I think it recovered. Let me do a quick save. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. It was weird. It was still refreshing on my screen, but yeah, we're gonna be saving like every 20 minutes because for some reason it has decided to freeze twice tonight. So if she claims that she'd been using the trick with the fake bottomed cup from the beginning, no one could deny that. So, even if it really was a trick done while Oni-chan's eyes were closed, as long as the witch leaves herself a way out, she can even switch between truths. I don't know, I looked over at the stream, it said it was refreshing, but it was also the game had like froze for a good, I don't know, 20 seconds there. I don't know why it's doing that. Rather than calling this an action allowed by witches, we should probably say that it is only allowed for the game master, the one who creates and writes. But even so, the new truth does not contradict any of the previously stated red truths. If the red truth makes it so that the trick no longer makes logical sense, then there will be a mismatch between the two sides of the story. The illusion result that the game master claims is magic, and the true result that was brought about by a trick. So when we get a contradiction and it no longer makes logical sense, we call it a logic error. And that would mean the destruction of the witch's game.
人間に説明可能なゲームがこの世界。
It does really feel like it's just dragging on though, doesn't it?
すなわち、すべての魔法はトリックでも可能なようになっていなければならない。トリックで不可能だったら、人間側は打つ手なしのステイルメイト。いいや違う。
Simple explanation. Is the coin in my left hand or right hand? Either answer is wrong since Game Master can always change it. Well, that's cool. We call it a logic error.
それこそがロジックエラーと呼ぶ致命的かつ最悪の反則手だ。
Of course, after the answer is revealed, even the Game Master has to abide by the answer they give. Okay, I gotcha.
これを魔女側が犯した場合、
It's the Schrodinger's cat thing again. But once, you know, the cat box is opened, then, you know, play it as it lies.
お兄ちゃんは多分エリカにトリックをカンパされたわ。探偵権限のないエリカは検視ができない。それを理由に死んだふりを続け、こっそり客室を出てゲストハウスの玄関に手紙を置いた。しかしバトラが許した遡って封印ができるなどとする大甘な配慮により話が狂い出した。お兄ちゃんのバカ。まだ現時点では狼狽するほどではあるまい。客室の封印が健在かどうかはまだ赤き真実で確定していない。封印を破るも自由。
破らぬならバトラ以外が生きてたことにし、手紙を置いた人間を差し替えてもよいだろう。
そうね。お兄ちゃんだけでなくお母さんたちの死体だって赤で死亡は確定していない。実はみんな死んだふりだったってことにしてもまだ全然問題ないわ。
そうだ、全くうろたえる段階にない。要はエリカの封印と手紙を置くトリックを矛盾させぬよう手を変えればいいだけの話。
矛盾なく他の筋書きに変更するのだってゲームマスターに許された手の一つだわ。
しかし想定したシナリオをその途中で変更することは物語に歪みを与えることもある。まだ第一の番を終えたばかりという段階を思えばあまりに痛恨の一手。
Well, Battler said a lot of things.
どうやら自陣深くに駒を刺されたるはバトラの方だったようだな。この紛れ込んだ一コマはブーツに入り込んだ一粒の小石のように今後一歩一歩歩くたびに違和感と痛みを与え続けることになるだろう。この一粒の小石、バトラを殺すやもしれぬ。
You know the pebble's bad when it kills you.
まだロジックエラーと言える段階ではありません。それに遡って封印したのにそれの報告が遅れたこちらにも過失があります。ですからこの手紙の登場についてバトラさんも遡って筋書きを書き直してくださっても結構ということです。
Oh yeah, that was part of the balcony scene. Battler did say that he liked the big boobs with the blonde hair. That's true.
遡って書き直すとは。
なるほどな。俺がこの手紙を置いたとするなら、俺が密室に封じられた時点でそれは不可能になる。
Battler, rewrite the story so that you gave her duct tape, but it was also not sticky again.
となると、この手紙もここに現れてはいけないことになる。
Battler decided to give you 3 rooms worth of duct tape, but he couldn't find anything but the non-sticky duct tape.
そうです。ですからその小さな矛盾の修正をどうかしてもらえたらと思います。
今私たちはここでこの手紙を発見しました。それをなかったことに、あるいは他の内容にシナリオ変更していただいても結構ということです。
ただ手紙とガムテープがあるだけで。
That's right, he didn't say in red that the duct tape he gave was sticky. Oh man, Battler, you got a chance to save yourself, you better not ruin it.
フルドエリカにはこの程度の一手が可能です。いかがです皆様方。
Dang, what a dirty move. Well, what else should I expect from Erica? I made a promise with Dolinar too. Well, we're both playing all out and mercilessly. Yeah, it's true. I had been planning to make Battler actually alive, and then to have him slip out of the guest room, resulting in his disappearance and in the placement of the letter. Duct tape eating wolves. However, if I revise the scenario now that my move's been spotted, it'll be the same as admitting that it was spotted. What do you think, everyone? Even if I have to be stubborn about it, I don't want to admit that I was seen through here. I don't want to acknowledge a pathetic plot change where I try to sneak out of the guest room and break the seals. I want to change over to a different trick, so that the letter will be placed and my corpse will be hidden, while still preserving the seals on the guest room. it doesn't really have to be me who places that letter. I can still revise the logic without contradictions.
しかしバトラさん、手紙は何とか置けても、その後の自分の死体の消失はどうするのですか？
What if we make it so Erica drops the letter unknowingly, like it's stuck to the back of her shirt, and then it falls off, you know, because the duct tape holding it on isn't very sticky. Ah, there you go.
客室は密封されています。密室から死体を消すトリックをたった今から用意しなくてはロジックエラーを起こします。
まだ時間はある。ギリギリまで考える。くそ。
With a painful laugh, Battler unconsciously scratched at his head.
とにかくこの手紙はそのままでいく。はい、すみません。客室が封印されてると矛盾するので、はい変更しますなんて今さら言えるか。一本取られたと認めるのと同じことだ。まるで天井裏に隠れてる忍者の気分だな。蹴取られて槍でぶっすり刺されたのに、痛みに耐えて槍の先の血をこっそり拭い、さもそこにいなかったふりをしてるみたいだぜ。
I mean, what if I don't know. I feel like there's ways that could happen. You know, when she left the cousin's room and whatnot, and the room next to it.
痩せ我慢でいい。ここは痛みを蹴取られたらまずいんだ。
バトラさん。
Did you put a letter on me?
なあ、ベアト。
No. I'm just giving you a pat on the back. Take it off! What?
今の俺、どんな顔してんだ？きっとかつて俺との応酬で痛いとこ疲れた時にお前が浮かべてたような、ああいう表情を浮かべているんだろうな。くそ。
So it looks like my stream's still going fine, but for some reason it keeps like freezing on my preview window. Which isn't like the worst thing that could be happening, but it is kind of annoying. Oh well, I'm gonna keep going unless someone says otherwise. Beto couldn't think of anything to say. Useless words of comfort would only get in the way of Battler's thinking now. And it decided to freeze again.
かつてのお前なら
That is so weird.
どうする？
Hold on, let me check something, because this is like very strange. Yeah. I'm not like maxing out the CPU or anything. I don't know why it keeps like just randomly freezing. No, it happened with Zero Time Dilemma, but that was a different reason. It's because I had to tab back into the game. This is just like the stream freezing on me. And I have a slight suspicion it is something to do with Google Chrome. You know, eating RAM like people like to make jokes about it. Let me just reload the whole thing. Sorry, it'll be just a moment. Duct tape inside my tower, yes. Alright, let's keep going. We'll see if that works for now. Yeah.
俺を散々苦しめてきた密室の数々を生み出したかつてのお前なら、どんなトリックで 密室から俺の死体を消す。
Beto trembled and groaned. The old her had been an expert at closed-room tricks. If only that memory, that power, could revive, she would be able to help Battler. There's still time to think. There's still time. Nice going, Erica. That was a dirty move. Yeah, sorry for all the weird technical difficulties I appear to be having tonight. I just upgraded Windows 10 to the Anniversary Edition because Microsoft just made like Halo 5 multiplayer available, but you have to get like the latest update of Windows 10. And so I've been trying it out a little bit, and that's the only major change I've made as of recent. So I feel like that might have been what's causing all these issues. I don't really know, but that might be it. Is this a new song? Yeah. Well, see, I didn't mind the other version. I just wanted to play the Halo thing. It was free, so I was like, yeah, sure. Give me the Windows 10. The entrance to the mansion was locked, but Erica had a master key, so she opened it without any trouble. She had gotten Cross and the others to take the master keys from the servants. And at that time, she had used a little sleight of hand to pilfer one of them. Grinning, Erica cut across the entrance hall and passed in front of the dining hall. Deeper, deeper. She headed for the guest room Battler had lain dead in. Battler could put off deciding whether the seals would remain whole or not until the moment right before Erica witnessed them. However, once she did witness them, the Game Master would have to show what happened to them. In the witch's game they were in now, the simple act of going to check the seals around the guest room was an attack.
よろしいですか、バトラ卿。
ああ、お前風に言うといざ来たれ。
グッと。ではあなたの王子を拝見しましょう。さて、封印は破られているか否か、密室は維持されているか否か。
The piece Erica held high in the air was the White Queen, which represented herself. Her target was Battler's position. She cut in. Erica dashed down the hallway with a sickening smile and clung to the guest room door like a spider. Then she closely examined the seals she had placed retroactively.
いいんですね。いいんですね。バトラさん。
Erica's creeping.
よろしいのですか、バトラさん。
ああ、ここでは引けない。俺が封じられても手紙を置く方法はあるんだからな。
しかし今からエリカは客室に踏み入るでしょう。そしてバトラさんの遺体の存在を観測します。どうするおつもりです？遺体があるならそれで問題はありません。予告の手紙は空振りしますが、別にそれはペナルティでも何でもありません。しかしあなたは正面からぶつかる気でいる。
She's got a master key. She'd be able to open that. Battler couldn't just lock the door.
男にはな、真正面から来られたら相手がどうであっても受けなきゃならねえ時ってのがあるんだよ。ここだけは引けねえ。受け切る。逃れる手なんて後からいくらでもこじつけられる。俺は前回それを金蔵の書斎でやりきっている。大丈夫だ。いける。いける。来い。エリカ。
客室の完全な封印を確認しました。エリカ卿がバトルの存在を確認して以降、この密室は維持されています。
封印を
Oh, it's the face again.
ビリビリボリボリ
Erica destroyed the duct tape seal on the door in ecstasy. It looked as though the intellectual rapist had finally laid her true nature bare. Erica, calm down. You're trolling too much.
見せてください。バト赤裸々なシナリオを。
Oh, Battler. Battler, don't be naked. It's gonna get real awkward. Like a ruffian pushing down a weak girl. Erica mercilessly and greedily threw the door open. Then, finally, the inside of Battler's guest room was observed by Erica. Battler had to show it. Was there a corpse? Or wasn't there? Oh. Oh, Battler's getting serious. Ah! Battler grabbed a black piece from the board and raised it high. Ah, that piece. Vita had no memories of the time she had been an expert at this game. And yet, for some reason she realized that this was a move that could not be taken back. Once this piece was moved, they couldn't move it back. Ah! The guest room was covered by a silent darkness. Got a lot less exciting real quick. It was pitch black, and nothing could be seen. However, there was a light switch just off to the side of the entrance for such an occasion. If she flicked that, the room would be lit up, and she would see whether or not there was a corpse on the bed.
つけますか？
いえ、ちょっとだけ待ってください。
Oh, I want to relish the darkness.
バトラさん、
So good.
提案です。
So delicious. Switch zap dead. You didn't expect I'd electrify the light switch, did you?
もうお分かりと思いますが、今回の私は犯人は誰かという王道的な勝利を目指していません。私の敵は駒殺しの犯人程度ではなく、対戦相手であるあなた自身なのですから。
分かってる。狙いはロジックエラーか。今は激しく後悔している。お前が惨めそうなふりをしていたのにまんまと騙されて、おかしな権利を許しちまったことをな。
Once again proven to be incompetent.
あなたのおごりです。高い支払いをすることとなります。
それでそちらの提案とは何ですか？
With a firm voice, Vito urged her to continue. Until just a second ago, she had remained behind Battler's back, a bit flustered. However, she was steady now. She saw that Battler had let his emotions take control and had been lured into making a bad move. and had realized that it was time for her to stay cool and support him. Erica's proposal couldn't be anything good. And on top of that, Erica was sly. She probably wouldn't make a proposal that would be easily rejected.
今から明かりをつけます。ベッドの上が照らし出され、手紙の予告通りにバトラさんが消失しているか否かが決定されるでしょう。いればよし。何もおかしいことはありません。手紙の予告が空振りに終わるだけです。もちろん、では誰が手紙を置いたのかという論点に戦いは移るでしょうが、とりあえず戦いの場はこの密室を脱します。
She's the type that would want to find all the mistakes in the book instead of enjoying it. I think she'd rather watch the anime. That's funny. You know, I was thinking here for a second, and the seals can prove whether or not like someone's left a room, but the seals can't really prove like can they prove if, you know, for some reason Erica doesn't recognize the like the person dead inside of it? Like, say for example that something happened to so brutally disfigure them or to hide them in such a way that Erica couldn't figure it out. Does the red truth, do the seals on the door cover that kind of problem? Or could Erica still make an incorrect assumption here because she doesn't have the detective stuff? I'm just wondering, because I had an idea about that kind of thing.
もし消失していたら
Like my idea is nitpicking. The seals don't cover that? I mean, like, what I'm considering is, what if what if like they got atomized or something? I don't know how it would happen, but what if they got atomized in the room to the point that they were in the room, but they were completely unrecognizable as a human because they were everywhere? And then Erica would say, oh, the body's gone, even though the body's technically there? I don't know. Like small bombs kind of thing? Bito already knew. She knew the move that Battler had made a second ago. Yeah, all the seals can prove is that if anyone's left or entered through the door and the window. But it couldn't... She can't use it as any kind of red truth for inside the room. Small atoms, yes. Therefore, they would need to prepare a disappearing trick other than he was actually alive and left through the door. The situation is simple. Here, I'm going to go ahead and save that link really quick. I've now made an effort to give myself a small text document every time I'm playing this, just to, you know, keep things saved. See, I like my theory here. Well, the Nox rules don't apply here, do they? Because she doesn't have the entirety of the Nox rules. She has to have the detective's authority to use the Nox rules, right? Oh, Dolanor can deny it with Nox? Oh yeah, sci-fi unknown tools aren't allowed. Okay, and that could be denied with Nox. Alright. Whatever. Battlers bound by Nox's laws. Okay. I thought it was just the seals, but I guess that's still in effect. Let's see. First, this room is a closed room. Also, Battler's life or death status has not been confirmed. In other words, there's no problem if he's alive. They had to make Erica think that Battler had vanished from the situation. He just had to escape from the room. Or if that wasn't possible, he just had to hide somehow and wait for her to leave, making her think that he had disappeared.
この狭い部屋の中でこれから私たちのエンドゲーム詰勝利が
Nox
始ま
is
り
in
ます
all of our hearts.
ほんの数手で決着するでしょう。あなたはこの部屋からバトラを脱出できるロジックを構築できず、物語を破綻させゲームオーバーになります。
それを避けるべく戦うのはこちらの仕事です。それで
Dolinar gets aggravated by how slow it's moving and turns on the light anyway.
ロジックエラーをめぐるエンドゲームではより精密さを増した戦いをすべきです。また私たちは赤と青の真実でこれから攻防を行うわけですが、その赤き真実によってロジックエラーを起こさないかゲームマスターと同格の審判が監視する必要が出てきます。
道理です。
これは何も特別なことではありません。かつてのあなたがゲームマスターだった時もあなたの後見人であるラムダデルタ教によってそれは監視されていました。その結果赤き真実が全て有効であると判断されていたのです。
俺たちの手の内をラムダデルタに見せろっていうのか。
最初から見てるわよ。大丈夫、安心して。ジャッジメントについては公平だから。
それを赤き真実で語れますか？
ええ。
Battler could have gone with that kind of logic, but he's incompetent.
ジャッジメントの公平を誓うわ。前回のゲームでも私十分公平だったつもりよ。
どっちに転んでも面白い裁判では特にね。
Not actually sure what Dolinar can charge Battler with without the detective's authority. It can only extend to duct tape, but she might be able to challenge obvious Nox violations too. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a cheap move in my opinion, but it's the kind of a move that a witch would use, so I like it all the same. But yeah, I'm a bit iffy on whether or not Nox can actually say anything on that. Well, you know, whatever. There's also the red Kia.
受けなさい、バトラー。エリカはあんたを詰めるわ。わかる？この部屋であんたと決闘して殺すということよ。男なら決闘を受けなさい。
いいだろう。俺が不可能殺人を見せるたびにいちいちロジックエラーを疑われてちゃ話が進まねえ。ゲームが有効であることを保証する立ち会い人は確かに必要だ。
じゃあ私はこっち側に回るわね。あんたの手拝見するわよ。ふむふむ。
Lambda Delta understood what Battler had up his sleeve, and she confirmed that Erica's first move had indeed gone straight through his heart. Just as Erica had guessed, Battler was alive, had slipped out of the room after Erica had examined his corpse, placed a letter by the guest house, and hid himself somewhere. When the duct tape seals had been retroactively placed on the guest room, he would have had to show that they had been torn. However, if he had done that, it would be the same as admitting that he had been seen through and that he had lost. Unwilling to admit that, Baudelaire claimed that the seals had been maintained with false courage, and was now rushing to revise his logic. True, he could still escape for a few more moves. However, Erica was planning to corner and kill him here.
バトラー、あんたすごいカードで戦ってるのね。
カード？お前にはこのチェスがトランプに見えるのか？
私にはあんたたちがポーカーで戦ってるように見えてたわ。だからこっち側に回ってあんたの持つカードの全てがわかる。ひどい手だわ。まるで役なしじゃない。しかもそれをあんたは完璧にエリカにカンパされてるわ。
Chinaman is always the killer.
あんたならどうするよ。
私は審判よ。助言はしないわ。でも感想は言わせて。
いや、いい。
ゾクゾクするわ。あんた、この役なしの手で掛け金だけのブラフでエリカを下ろせる気でいるのね。
I actually do like pretty much every voice actor in this game. Like, I might hate their voice, but in terms of fitting the characters, like, everyone is amazing.
降りないわよ、あいつは。あんたの方だわ。今むしろチップを払って降りるべきわ。
助言感謝します。バトラさん、私も同感です。この部屋での戦いを降りましょう。勝てるカードはありません。
カードチェンジでマシな役に化けるのを期待してるの？あんたチェスをしてるつもりなんでしょ？チェスの世界に運頼みなんか持ち込んでると死ぬわよ。
By hoping for a card change, she meant relying on luck and hoping that, though he couldn't think of a trick now, he might think of a good plan for making a closed room trick later on. If you enter into the fight without any trick in mind, you'll get killed. Now is the time to back down. When Erica flipped the switch, he just had to be sleeping there on that bed. That's all he needs.
ラムだ。何の話をしてるのか知らないけど、おしゃべりが長すぎるわ。審判は公平でいてくれなきゃ。
そうね。じゃあ頑張ってね、バトラー。チェスらしい精密な戦いを期待してるわ。あんたがしてるのはポーカーじゃないんでしょ？
覚悟はいいですか、バトラさん。
ああ、いいぜ。
See if you can't double jump Erica's pieces and get a promotion. Connect 4 for an extra life.
いつでも明かりをつけろ。
これよりこの部屋での戦いは時間進行を停止して行います。それにより双方のすべての手は同時的であり、最初に出された手であろうと後から出された手であろうと同じ意味を持ちます。意味が分かりにくいと思いますが、これはロジックを守るためのあなたを保護するルールです。あなたはこれからへりくつの限りを尽くしてこの部屋のトリックの再構築を行うわ。つまり戦いの途中で良いアイデアが思いつく可能性もあるということ。本来筋書きを途中で変更するのはアンフェアな行為。それを認めるために後から思いついたロジックであっても後出しではないという同時的な時間停止の世界が必要なのよ。
もちろん これはエリカにとっても利用できるルール。バトラが変更した新しいトリックに対応して別の対応を取ることができる。
ややこしいですね。
シンプルな話さ。汚職政治家のへりくつ合戦と同じってことだろ。シャーシャーと嘘をついてそれを看破される証拠を出されたらそれに矛盾しないように。
Okay, another question. Just like I'm kind of having like random thoughts here. I don't even know if this is anywhere near the right kind of thinking I should be having. But what if, like, you know, there's a typhoon and all. What if just some freak disaster happened where the second Erica opened the door to the room, like, just a part of the house sheared off, you know, where the room was, and it just disappeared into the darkness of the night? Is that a move that can happen? The second she opens the door? I'm just curious. I'm trying to see if this is anywhere near the line of thinking that could be happening, since she did open the seal on the room. It'd be basically giving up as if the seals were broken. If they are hints. Okay.
それまでの嘘、記憶違いでしたとシャーシャーと撤回して新しい嘘に変更する。
Yeah, I guess. I know I'm going with mad logic again. But that is true. You do mention that it's widely known by everyone that there's a storm out. So some sort of, you know, natural disaster related to a storm is technically, like, reasonable? I think?
嘘と、それを破る証拠と、それを逃げる嘘と。そういう互いの尻尾を飲み込もうとぐるぐる回る2匹の蛇の戦いってわけだ。
Small bombs and localized destruction all over the place. That'd be Battler's game board, alright.
グッド。要するに後出しのへりくつがいくらでも許される世界と考えてください。私もこの部屋の封印の件でそれを行使しました。だからあなたも行使できるようにするのがフェアなことだと思いまして。よ
くもシャーシャーと言えるものです。
OK。 では双方始めなさい。
The only reason I came up with that strategy is I don't think would that happen would the idea of like a room getting destroyed by a natural disaster due to the storm, that wouldn't break any of Nox's rules, would it? And once Erica breaks the seal, then the room is effectively unsealed and something could happen. That's my thought process on that. I don't know.
初手はエリカからでしょ。いいえ、ベッドの掛け金の確認から。
そうね、ベッドのバトラの確認からだわ。エリカ、始めなさい。
お任せを、我が主。ライト、オン。
On! Laito! With a click, the sound of the light switch rang out, and the bulb turned on, lighting up the room. On Battler's bed was...
ドラノール。
Dolanor? You were on the... Oh, okay, I see.
はい。ベッドの上には。
いや、俺の手だ。俺が言おう。ベッドの上に後ろにはバトラーは。
Oh, Battler.
グッド。
Good dough.
よく勝負を逃げませんでしたね。敬意を表します。
レートの高い勝負ってことは お前だって負けた時の支払いが多いということだ。覚悟はあるんだろうな。
自分に有利である自信がない限り、人はレートを上げたりなんかしません。
ドラノール、記録を取りなさい。
良いです。
At Dolinor's nod, Cornelia, who was hanging back, started taking a record. She wrote down that Battler's corpse, what should have been on the bed, was not. And also that Battler hadn't backed down from this closed room game.
バトラの初手は予告通りの死体消失からよ。次はエリカの手番。
a sudden bout of epilepsy strikes.
どうぞ。
The stroke was foreshadowed by Erica's demonstrable mental instability. You can really have fun with some of these rules if you think outside the box.
後ろ宮バトラが生きていて、室内のどこかに隠れている可能性の提示です。これを青き真実で宣言します。
無効だ。それを青き真実で語りたいなら具体的な場所を示してもらおう。
前回のゲームの金蔵の書斎でベアトがそれをやってドラノールにめった打ちにされてたっけ。
Did he leave while the room was open and Erica was standing in the dark?
仕返しってわけかしら。
探し始める前に探さずに使える青き真実。
She's just standing around in the dark, just so excited in battle. He's just like, whoa, I thought this was gonna be harder. Just walks out, never to be seen again.
発見不可能な隠し扉 X の可能性。その中に隠れているため、私には発見不能。
Battler
ノッ
is
ク
the
ス
wall.
第三条、秘密の通路の存在を禁ずだったな。
客室内にエリカさんに発見不能な隠れ場所は存在しません。
ノックス第三条、有効です。
グッド。では早速捜索を開始しましょう。
In reality, Raymond's just been incredibly intelligent in guessing everything, just like Erica. Erica slowly began to walk around the room. Until the endgame had started, Erica had been energetic, jumping about impatiently like a hungry dog. However, now that it had actually begun, this was a stifling battle of wits, where each breath made her tense. Even the quiet sound of the rain was distracting.
客室内を捜索した上でその構造を要求。
客室はベッドルームとバスルームの2部屋構造となっています。エリカ卿は現在ベッドルーム部分の全てを捜索しました。例外は1箇所のみ。
その1箇所は今は保留します。その結果ベッドルーム内に異常は
ありませんでした。例外1箇所を除きベッドルームに誰の姿もありません。
例外1箇所とは何だ。いやらしい言い方をせずに公表しろ。
伏せたカードは伏せたままだから意味があるんです。
What if Battler's suffering from mental instability and he thinks he's Erica? And that's him searching the room right now.
必要とあらば開きますのでお楽しみに。
After thoroughly checking the bedroom, Erica headed for the bathroom door. Since he wasn't in the bedroom, it was natural to think that he was in the bathroom. And since the guest room was made up of 2 rooms, if Battler wasn't in the bathroom either. It would mean that he managed to vanish from the closed room. Except for the single location which Erica had intentionally left unchecked.
バスルームを調べます。
ヘリカ卿、中から水音が聞こえます。わずかに熱気もです。
まさかシャワー中でしたか？鍵でもかかっています？
いや、かかっていない。
He washed himself down the drain by pouring acid on his body till he melted.
開ければいい。
では、失礼させていただきます。
Slowly, Erica put her hand on the doorknob on the bathroom door. She tried to push it open, but felt a strange resistance. Of course, it wasn't the resistance of the lock. It felt as though it had an unnatural load on it. Erica's no shame. Out from the slightly open crack poured the hot air from the shower. However, it was unlocked, so there probably wasn't anyone taking a shower. After letting a dumbfounded expression rise to her face, Erica slammed into the door with her whole body, knocking it open. Oh no, Battler! He's naked! As soon as she opened the door, a hot blast poured out on her. Oh. Erica froze, unable to understand what had happened. After falling backwards on her butt, she realized that boiling hot shower water was spewing out at her, and hard.
何ですかこれ。ふざけたいたずらです。
Cursing, Erica wrapped the blanket from the bed around her and tried to enter the bathroom once more. This time, she was able to figure out what was going on. It was an elaborate prank. A wire fixed the shower nozzle in place so that it pointed at the entrance. Good job, Battler. The pressure and heat were turned up to the max. It's just a prank, bro. Look, there's the camera. The pressure and heat were turned up to the max so that anyone who went through the door would be met with a wave of hot water. The pressure was very strong, which probably accounted for the weight she had felt when trying to push the door open. She tried to make the nozzle point in another direction, but not only was it fixed in place by the wire, it was also fixed in a place high enough that Erica couldn't reach it with her height. It's just a prank, bro. She tried to turn off the pressure, but that was also held in place by wires. She couldn't manage anything with her bare hands. She would have to get a tool that could cut the wires. However, when she looked into the bathtub, which was filled with very hot water, she saw a bundle of wires and some nippers that had been used to cut them lying at the bottom. If she used that, she could turn off the pressure. Can you brave the hot water? The blanket that she had used to protect herself from the shower was getting more and more drenched with boiling hot water. At this rate, she'd get burns even through the blanket. She needed to turn the water off quickly. Right next to the bathtub, she saw a hanging long-tailed body brush. Perfect! Erica used that to skillfully scrape the nippers up off the bottom of the tub. But it turns out that those were covered in wire too! And then Erica died. Fortunately, it was a shallow Western-style bathtub. If it had been a deep Japanese one, it probably would have burned her badly. Making sure not to touch the hot metal parts, she carefully took the nippers and cut the wires around the faucet. Take that, and that! Those Westerners in their bathtubs. She finally closed the faucet, and the heat from the hot water storm died down. For a while, Erica was forced to cool her almost burnt arms under running water. But there was only hot water. And then the Ushiramiya family got a massive water bill.
あんたも一風呂どうです？このボディブラシで顔面を洗ってあげますよ。
お気持ちだけで結構です。
あっそ。そりゃ残念です。
I guess we had our shower scene. Erica had finally regained enough of her composure to be abusive. She closed the faucet completely, and silence returned to the bathroom. After that, all that remained was Erica's heavy breathing. She turned on the fan to get rid of the hot steam. She had to leave the bathroom until that was finished. It was pleasant, like stepping into an air-conditioned room on a hot summer's day.
ふざけた罠ですね。
Battler removed all the hot water, now you can't use it in future events.
しかしこれは検視時にはなかったものです。よってこの罠の出現により後宮バトラが生きていたことが証明されましたね。まあもとより死んでいるとも思っていませんでしたが。
バレているカードを堂々と晒してきたというだけの話です。
ではバスルームの中を確認しましょう。バトラの姿は？
いいえ。
I'm gonna take this time to save really quick. Just to keep from anything bad happening.
バスルームに誰の姿もありません。
グッと。これで私たちは例外一箇所を除いて客室にバトラが存在しないことを確認しました。
Battler fills the rest of the mansion with boiling water.
いい加減にしてください。
No, I do too. I like the idea of Battler using the Game Master's abilities to make Erica super unpleasant this whole time.
その例外一箇所とは一体どこですか？
Every time she goes outside, she gets struck by lightning, and that's what she gets for running outside in the middle of a thunderstorm.
棺桶です。後宮バトラのね。
肺は肺に、死体は棺桶にです。
この部屋で詰めるんだろう。いいぜ、キナ。
The silence that was complete, except for the rain, was suddenly filled with the smell of gunpowder. Though it was extremely quiet, the room was filled with tension, as though you'd be sliced in half if you relaxed for an instant. A cloud of gold butterflies gathered on the room's round table, and turned into a witch's chessboard. It was finally time for the siege. All the tape becomes too strong and Erica can't break the seals to open the doors.
あなたはこの部屋から消失などしていません。姿を隠し、あたかも密室から消え去ったかのように錯覚させただけです。隠れた場所は私がまだ調べていない例外一箇所。
As Erica lightly raised her right hand, a single gold butterfly appeared from the darkness behind her. Flitted between the index finger and middle finger of Erica's raised hand, and became a white piece. Then she lifted it high into the air.
その例外一箇所とは、入り口脇のウォークインクローゼット。
Yeah, I was waiting for that to come up. I figured that's what it was. Bang! Like a falling white lightning bolt. The white piece hit the board, landing by a weak spot in Battler's formation. The entire room was swallowed up into the darkness.
ここです。
With a crash, the door of the closet, which was just off to the side of the guest room's entrance, was impaled by a spear that represented the Blue Truth. Eleanor had spun around and thrown it. The door was completely pierced, and the spear stuck in so deeply that if a human had been hiding in it, it would have pierced their chest as well. Its still quivering handle was a testament to the force with which it had been thrown.
ここしか隠れる場所はありません。あなたは今この中に隠れているのです。
どうですパトラさん、心臓のど真ん中を一突きでまさにスマザードメイトってところですか？
You could make it so banana peels constantly appear on the floor though and she trips on them.
バトラさん、次はこちらの番です。
ああ、やはりな。そうだろうと思ったぜエリカ。わざと一箇所を残し相手を棺桶に追い詰める。前回のゲームで金蔵を夏日の部屋に追い込んだのと同じ手だ。その手は読んでいたぜ。
おや、そうでしたか。では応酬をお願いします。しかし予告します。
してみろ。
あと2手であなたをチェックメイトします。これが予告です。
なら俺も同じ予告だ。俺もまたお前をあと2手でチェックメイトする。
面白いじゃない。
矛盾した予告だわ。嘘つきはどっちになるのかしら。
The air burst and sparkled, or sparked. The silence would hurt one's skin.
ではどうぞ。そちらの手番です。
無駄です。あなたたちの棺桶ごときでバトラさんを捕らえることなどできません。
これが俺の応酬だ。
Slowly, Battler held his hand over the chessboard. A gold butterfly that had appeared from the darkness rested on Battler's finger and became a black piece. That black piece was the king, what's represented Battler.
これがお前の言うバトラはクローゼットに隠れているへのくらえ。
Flips the chessboard over. Screw your chess
西
game.
宮バトラ客室内に存在しない。クローゼットも含め一切の例外なくだ。
Like a black bolt of lightning this time, Battler slammed his piece down on the white piece of Erica's that had cut deep behind his lines, crushing her piece. It scattered like a golden spray and melted beautifully into the darkness as a faint cloud of gold sparks drifted about.
そうか。まずクローゼットに隠れ、エリカがシャワーに気を取られてる間
Wow.
にこっ
Good
そり部屋を
job,
抜け出し
Erica.
た。
前回のゲームで金蔵を書斎から逃した手法と同じだ。観測者の観測をそらし闇を消える。
グッと
Can he do that though? Because wasn't time stopped while she's like looking around at stuff?
そうでしょうね。そうでしょうね。読んでいますよ、その一手はね。
Next was Erica's turn. A gold butterfly popped into existence in front of Erica, and she grabbed it right out of the air. She then lifted that hand into the air and raised the white piece high.
遡り手を宣言します。この部屋に封印を破って入った 一番最初の時点です。あの時私はすぐに扉を閉めチェーンロックをかけ直し、この部屋を封じました。
異議申請。事件発覚時にゴーダがチェーンを切断したはずだ。
Time is stopped as they're arguing, but when the player piece Erica moves, like in the bathroom, time is to keep moving or Erica can't move. Okay, I gotcha.
チェーンロックが機能しない以上、チェーンロックでの封印は不可能だ。
異議却下。エリカはチェーンロックを修復したの
With what?
ね、
With what, duct tape?
不可能です。
Please, please, no, not the tape. Oh,
真鍮製
please.
のチェーンをどうやって修復するというんですか？
修復は可能よ。ベアとも忘れたの？ガムテープの封印。エリカはね、そのガムテープで
Sure,
切
why
断さ
not?
れたチェーンの切断面両端をつないで封印したの。
Battler, if you never did this, this would have been an easy shoe-in victory. You didn't need to do this.
封印によってチェーンを
Duct
修
tape
復し、
fixed the chain
そ
lock.
れによってこの部屋を内側から再び密室にしたってわけね。
異議申請。エリカさんはすでにガムテープの封印を使い切ってるはず
Battler
で
never stated how much he could use, just that it was for
す。も
a
う封
room.
印はできないはず。
異議却下。ガムテープの使用制限は回数じゃなかったでしょ。部屋の数よ。3部屋までという場所の制限だけ。エリカはその一部屋にこの客室を選んでるわ。だからエリカはこの部屋に何箇所でも、そして何度でも封印する権利を持つ。
そう
Oh, I'm an idiot.
俺が
I really am incompetent.
許した。
これがあなたのおごりの代償です。情けとはおごる者が最も好む悪しき手種。
See, the next idea would be we'll just, give her like, 10 feet or like 3 meters of it or something. But then, she would do something stupid like cut it into really stupidly small slices, and then she'd have all the duct tape she needed.
というわけで遡り手によりガムテープの封印によってチェーンロックが修復されて元の機能に復帰していることを宣言します。そしてそれにより私は入室と同時に施錠を行い、この客室を内側より再び密室としました。
Even, okay, here's another thing, right? Battler could have even done the whole, 3-room duct tape thing. Still giving her that, but just not giving her the ability to retroactively make duct tape on things. It's just so annoying. I know, giving her retroactive abilities is, far more powerful than the duct tape itself. The white piece Erica held aloft represented the seal caused by the chain lock. This move would draw out Battler's king and drag it to the guillotine.
死ね、バトラー。
The piece for the chain lock was slammed down right at Battler's king's throat.
復唱要求。今このチェーンロックは施錠を維持している。
Balance is up after the red text is stated it cannot be taken back. That's true. So he still stated that Battler wasn't in the room. But then, of course, he's going to run into a logic error. Retroactive powers is insane. Yeah, that was the dumbest move that you did, Battler. The duct tape wasn't even that bad. I mean, it was kind of bad, but giving her retroactive abilities to place duct tape was even worse. Battler's face contorted. Vito, who was watching from behind, grimaced even more. This move was very painful. If his logic said that he had hidden in the closet until Erica left and used the uproar in the bathroom to escape, then the chain lock must have been unset. In other words, he couldn't respond to this demand. Battler just has to refuse to repeat this? If he didn't respond, Erica would use the blue truth in her next move. She would probably say you hid in the closet, then use the disturbance in the bathroom to escape. Since you then couldn't set the chain lock from the outside, you left it undone. Retroactive is not bad. He can always say the outcome of the tape. He can rip the tape. The point is he chooses to do that or not. He's always said, so far he's always said it's not ripped. But that's because he wants to preserve his idea of the room being sealed, but yet he still got out. You know, the whole witches thing. That would be where his pride comes in. Ripping the tape weakens his narrative if it doesn't have a reasonable explanation. If he just rips the tape, that's the same as conceding that Battler's alive. Yeah, no, I can see why he's so hard against it. Because if he does lose this battle, then it becomes much harder later for him to explain why Battler couldn't have done something, I believe, right? I think that's what it is. This was checkmate. As Eric had predicted, she would strike the finishing blow on the second move. And on top of that, she would probably use the disappearing Battler to solve most of the crimes that were to follow. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Losing the battle in this closed room would steal a major deciding piece from Battler. But, well, what if? Oh, I skipped that. Whoops, he responded to her demand. What if he could say, the lock created by the chain is still intact? That would be fatal to Erica. It had already been shown with the red truth that this guest room could only be made into a closed room from the inside. So, this hopeless closed room would instead become Erica's coffin. For a riddle like this, Erica probably wouldn't solve the mystery of Battler's disappearance until the end. Each unsolved riddle gives an advantage to the witch's side. Battler wanted to respond to this demand if at all possible. However, if he answered by saying that the chain was still set, he would have to abandon the logic saying that he had escaped while Erica wasn't looking. Once he escaped, he wouldn't be able to set the chain lock again. It would make a riddle to corner Erica, but he would have to construct a different escape method. Even a move such as him leaving the closet during the scene in the bathroom and hiding in another place, say under the bed, wouldn't work because he had proclaimed that Battler does not exist within the guest room. If he could construct logic that allowed him to escape from here while preserving the chain lock's position, then Erica would be the one facing a fatal blow. However, if he didn't have that logic, if he failed, it would be a logic error. The worst and lowest forbidden move that would instantly end the game in his defeat. He would have no way to recover. For Battler, deciding how to respond to this demand was a very advanced and difficult decision. Erica would probably corner Battler.
なら選ぶ手は決まってる。
バトラさん、
Battle-san!
この客室はすでにその密室性について いくつもの赤き真実でそれを保証してしまっています。それをどうやって脱出するというのですか？
チェーンロックさえどうにかできれば。
I think the bathroom is considered to be a second room, is how they're doing it right now. I mean, it is kind of, but I think it's considered a separate room for the purposes of the game.
できれば。
If he could somehow trick the matter of the chain lock, he could make Erica have to deal with a terrible closed room. It would probably end up as a finishing blow to her. But in order to do that, he would need to make a trick for escaping the closed room that existed before Erica came back, which was now the closed room sealed by the chain that Erica set right after entering the room. And on top of that, he had to make sure that the chain that could only be set from the inside remained in place. If he could do that, if he could find a way, then it would end here. But I still can't think of that trick. Right now, Erica's demanding to know whether the chain lock is still set or not. I need to decide whether I'll take that challenge or back down. And I need to do it right now. If I can find a certain win trick, then this is the end. But if I don't have that trick, I should just acknowledge that I slipped out of the closet, undid the chain and escaped, and back out of the fight. If I say the chain was set without a trick up my sleeve, then it's impossible for me to escape. In other words, it's a logic error.
この部屋での戦いを落としてもまだチャンスはあります。まだ2日目の未明ではありませんか。
Oh, I see. So all those purple scenes that we'd had up until now of Battler trying to escape is this right here. Oh, that's cool.
不可能犯罪を再び構築する時間も十分にあります。
いや、ダメだ。
No, it's okay. It makes sense. I don't really think that's a problem.
もしここで俺が部屋から逃げたことを認めたら、それはもう犯人であることを認めたのと同じだ。この部屋の戦いを降りることは、このゲームの負けを認めるのと同じ。
Battler's point was a valid one, since all of the other humans were still locked in the guest house. Then if Battler alone was alive and free to move, Erica would probably base her explanation for all of the following impossible crimes on the blue truth that Battler was the perpetrator. If they wanted to forcefully turn that around, they would have to rewrite their tricks and logic so that someone other than Battler would be set up as the perpetrator. Now, I don't honestly think that was a massive issue, me being told that, because I think that's a pretty reasonable thought process. To fix up one flaw, they would have to create new flaws. And the flaws might eventually pile up and kill Battler. Even running away would mean tightening the noose around his own throat. Yeah, especially lines like that, that really helps to bring that forward. The first truth, that Battler's the culprit, has already been hit upon. And yet, I have to struggle desperately to get out of this. I need to. I'm on the edge. I've definitely been cornered in a dangerous spot. However, if I can just change my position, everything might turn around at once. If I can just make this chain my weapon, I can kill Erica.
まさか復讐要求に応じるつもりですか？ チェーンロックを外さずに脱出できるロジックは終わりなんですか？ないです。答えたら最後、ロジックエラーで直ちに敗北です。どちらを選べばいいかは明白。
そうだ、明白なんだ。どちらの手を選んでもエリカの望む最悪の展開となる。
Yeah. Once again, feel free to use Rot 13 if you would like to say anything that you think might be spoilery. That'll keep everything cleaned up.
どっちを選んでも最悪だな。勝った時、一番見返りのでかい握手を選ぶべきだ。
あんた、脱出のロジックもないのに、切り札もないのにレイズを受けるの？副賞要求を受けて勝負する気なの？
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot to put it into the description this time. Yeah. Okay, I added that in the description. If you want to use that to decrypt anything, with the idea being that you already know the full story, then feel free to use rot13.com. www.rot13.com. It's a decryption thing. You take the garbled text that people put into the chat, like that one that was just posted just now. You post that in there, and it will translate it into readable English. Just keep in mind that only to translate it if you've completed the game, because it's going to more than likely include spoilers from whatever plot twist happened towards the end of the game. Okay. Was that just Cthulhu speak then? That might have been.
1枚入ればストレートにもフラッシュにもロイヤルストレートにだって化ける手札なんだ。降りても乗っても地獄なら、勝った時奴の息の根を止められる方を選ぶ。
狂気の一手だわ。狂人は時に自ら死地に飛び込むから奇跡を起こす。
不可能です。どうやってチェーンを破らずにこの密室を脱出するんですか？
Removes the entire door.
英雄と異常者の差はたった一つよ。勝ったか負けたか。あんたの大勝負拝見させてもらうわ。
If I can finish things with this move, then, as I predicted, I can kill Ericon my second move. I still can't think of a trick for escaping this closed room. However, there has to be something. There has to. Once I think of that, I can make a magical illusion of me changing into a butterfly and slipping out of the crack in the door like smoke. If I have even a drop of that mad magician's blood in my veins. Please let that honor. Just give me a fragment of a miracle right now.
さあ、バトラさん。あなたが私をチェックメイトすると予告した2手目をお願いします。
エリカ卿の副賞要求にお答えください。応ずるか拒否するか。
Slowly, Battler's hand stretched out to his king piece on the board. He lifted it up and slowly held it aloft, tracing a large circle in the sky. Would Battler respond? Or wouldn't he? Would the lock caused by the chain be preserved? Or wouldn't it? Stop giving spoilers in Cthulhu speak. Would Battler's king crush the piece of the chain lock that stood right in front of it? Or would it slip away like a ghost and escape?
これが
Oh boy.
俺の
No break time? You don't want cliffhangers? I don't know. Do we want break time? How much longer is this? That's a good question. How much longer till I get to like an actual decent stopping spot? Because I am running out of water, so we'd have to, if it doesn't stop in the next 30 minutes, we'd probably have to take a break at some point. Maybe an hour? Hour? Okay. Then maybe we'll leave a super cliffhangery break right here, and then we'll come back in an hour. Silver Gong, you had something you wanted to ask? Ask it real quick. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not going to read that. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute. I'm going to mute the volume because... Oh, wait, no. What was the music that flags on YouTube? It's like... I can't remember if it was the wind sound or it was rain or what it was. It was something. But, yeah, I'm going to mute the volume just because of that. So, yeah, be back in about, what is it? It's like 10:19 for me. Like 2 or 3 minutes. I'll say 3 minutes. Yeah. Ah, it's the rain that flags. Okay. Well, there's only wind, so, you know, whatever. But I'm just going to turn it off anyway. No, seriously, it's like so dumb. Just like generic rain sound. Like there's somebody out there that's got generic rain sound copyrighted. Like what is that? What is that? You don't own the rain. Alright. Alright, Battler, what's your response?
予告通りこの2手目で
On his second turn?
お前は終わりだ。
You're through? I'm stalling for a second in case there's anybody that's still, like, you know, heating up instant noodles or something. No, but seriously, like, copywriting rain sound effects. Who are you? Who do you think you are copywriting the rain? Alright, let's keep going.
行くぞ。
Here it comes.
ウルト
Who do you know?
エリカ
Oh, is this new music? I can't tell because, you know, they use some of those musics like once, and then I forget. Battler's King had become a black lightning bolt and crashed down onto the board. Where had it gone? On top of the piece of the chain lock? Or past that piece?
副将要求。チェーンロックは施錠を維持している。
Battler's King had left the chain lock piece in its place and had slipped past it.
そうですね。ここでチェーンロックは維持したままだと言えたらかっこいいですよね。そりゃあかっこいいでしょうね。でもね、かっこいいからってだけで自分なんていうか知ってます？
さあ、
後ろ宮バトルっていうんですよ。ロジックエラー闘技を申請。
Sorry, your ah wasn't nearly as cool as Battler's, or mine for that matter.
あんたの今の赤き真実は今、水州立審判員は直ちにジャッジメントを行ってください。ダイラムダデルタ卿、道義ジュリ、ラムダデルタ、ロジックは通るのね。検証を。
道義樹里、バトラー見せなさい、あんたのカード。
バトル
Battler's cheating! Teacher!
ロイヤル
Battler's cheating!
ストレートなのよね。役なしだったらごめんなさいじゃ済まないのよ。
ああ、ごめんなさいで済ます気はない。
ロジックエラーになったらゲーム版がぶっ飛ぶのよ。あんたはベアトからこのゲーム版を受け継いだわ。あんたの大切なベアトから受け取った唯一の形見なんでしょ。だからあんたは断じてロジックエラーを受け入れない。
A logic error only becomes established when the witch admits to it. As long as they can keep thinking of new logic to escape with, they will not die, cannot die. However, that would be like living in an endless living hell of the mind.
あんたは永遠に思考の闇に落ちて這いずり回ってもロジックエラーを拒否してこの密室から出る方法を永遠に考え続ける地獄に閉じ込められるのよ。いいのね、いいのね。それって暴虐の深淵の次くらいに辛いわよ。10階建てビルの屋上と100階建てビルの屋上から飛び降りる程度の差しかないけれど。
ラムダ、バトラはもう手を差し終えた。一度刺した手はやり直せない。あなたは公正を誓った審判としてさっさと道義に従い、バトラの密室脱出ロジックが有効かどうか、ロジックエラーでないかどうかを判断しなさい。考古学者のようにゆっくりと 緻密に慎重に。
Lambda is actually really scared for Battler here, which is weird to see. The fate he's going to experience is the same thing she claims to have escaped from. Oh, just like endless jumping out of logic errors?
そしてアイスクリーム屋が甘くて香ばしいバニラ醤油味のアイスをディッシャーで力強く手際よくかき取るように素早くね。
Vanilla soy sauce ice cream? I don't know if I could quite get behind that. I guess it'd be more like a salty caramel ice cream. It'd be the closest thing I could think that would be okay from that kind of flavor combination.
ええ、分かってるわ。バトラー、それでは拝見するわ。
バトラさん、
ベアト、俺が負けると
思いたくありません。あなたはかつての私と何度も戦い、私が望んでやまなかった奇跡にたどり着いた方です。だからきっと今回も奇跡を勝ち取ると信じて。
ベアトリーチェって女はな、そういう理性と狂気のギリギリでずっと戦ってきた。俺に対する怒りと悲しみと言葉で、そして一番最後のゲームを最後の最後で見事勝ち取ったんだ。
That might have been the purpose of the card Beto had been gripping as she fell. Beto passed away without realizing that she had won. In the final game, the true victor was Beto.
そのベアト君、俺はこのゲーム版を預かった。だから俺は勝つ。だからお前だけは信じろ。
Oh no, I just realized that that I didn't think about that, but you could actually see Rot 13 enough to the point where you could auto-translate it in your mind. At least simple words, like the word what to Jung. I might slowly learn a new language by accident.
ベアトリーチェ、
信じて。奇跡が起こるなら。
頼む。
信じます、バトラさん。
うぜえ。とっとと確認してください、ラムダデルタテオ。ないんですよロジックなんて。この密室から出る方法なんて存在しない。勇み足でしたよバトラさん。そりゃあこれで勝てればかっこいい。チェーンが破られてないのに姿を消せたなんて最高。かっけー。切るわけない。できるわけねえんですよ。これができたらまさに魔女。
Yeah, I know that might almost be too loud. I'm not sure.
この密室から姿を煙のように消せたら認めるしかない。魔女の仕業だって。
エリカ、今日静かに。ラムダで
Erica, you're being too loud.
通って行って戻って詰めて。
With sweat gathering on her forehead, Lambda Delta inspected the movements of the pieces from Battler's side. She was as accurate and meticulous as an archaeologist, just as Burnt Castell had told her to be. After gulping stiffly, Lambda looked between the formation of the pieces on the board, and Battler's face, which remained tense but steady.
ラムダ。
検証を終了したわ。
And?
ロジックが通るわけ。
神様、どうか。
エリカ、
なんです？
とても残念だ。
どっちの意味にも取れるようなことを。
However you want, Erica.
楽しかったぜ。これで終わりだ。
だからどっちの意味だって言ってんですか？
静粛に。バトラーの手の検証を終了したわ。判定は有効。
有
Oh.
効？嘘よ。
Oh.
判定は有効よ。赤き真実すべてに抵触しないロジックの提出を受け、その検証を終えたわ。魔女側プレイヤーの手および最後の復唱要求に応じた赤き真実は有効。バトラー、あんたは初めてすごいと思ったわ。
Incredibly lame.
お前のゲームはな、信じれば奇跡が必ず起こるんだよ。
Wouldn't that be the twist? She's like, just kidding, it was a prank. You lost, Battler.
バトラさん、ごめんなさい。もっと強く信じていれば、こんなところまで追い詰められることは。
Engage a marionette. That's what the track is? Cool. Vito flew onto Battler's chest, sobbing. Erica staggered backwards, shaking her head back and forth dizzily. And Berncastel? Her face was like an expressionless mask. Then slowly, it became a smile as she beat Erica, and for some reason, it seemed the sign of some horrible emotion.
見事です。よもやチェーンを破らずにこの密室を抜け出すとは感服です。
Don't question it. Just be happy. With her small hands, Dolinar slowly started to applaud quietly. She was followed by Gertrude, and then Cornelia, and then by Beto and Lambda Delta too. Applause filled the room. Yes, cheer for me, peasants!
お兄ちゃん、どうやって。
なるほど。思考が密室にとらわれたものには見えぬ手か。ありえない。ありえない。
As Lambda Delta watched Erica, who was breathing hard, shocked and dizzy with a despair she couldn't accept. She had to take her hat off to the strength of Battler's heart and intelligence at this critical moment, and to the power of this miracle. Battler is not incompetent? But that can't be true, it was proclaimed in red. It's my complete loss for thinking that your power and Beto's would cancel each other out and bring an eternal draw. And Byrne, who thought she could do as she pleased even though she had seen through to your true strength, has also suffered a complete loss. Byrne is the witch who waits for miracles. You are the witch who summons miracles. You are not Byrne's piece. Just now, without a doubt, you've surpassed Byrne. You really did. In this one moment, think up a trick by which to escape from this closed room. As Erica had predicted, Battler had been hiding in the closet. Then, during the disturbance in the bathroom, he'd snuck out of the door. Erica had guessed this much. This much was possible for Erica. That's why they retroactively set the chain lock and sealed it to prevent Battler from doing this very thing. The chain lock cannot be reset from the outside, so it should have been impossible to escape from the closed room. However, Battler didn't let his thinking get trapped inside this closed room. Oh no, it's lagging again. Go me. Lag, refresh, still lag. Excellent. This is why I just like the episode 6 narrative, because it lags. I'm still broadcasting fine, I don't know why it's lagging. I think it's good now, maybe? Lag? No lag? Lag's over? Okay. Anyone else? Can I have a second confirmation before I continue? And we're back. Okay, cool. However, Battler didn't let his thinking get trapped inside this closed room. And so he broke through. It doesn't matter who, but let's explain it with his mother, Kyrie's piece. Just like Battler, the life or death status of the rest of the first Twilight victims had not been specified by the Red Truth. In other words, just like Battler, the others, and specifically Kyrie, can still move. And their closed rooms are not sealed, so they can go out as they please. Kyrie had come to save him. Kyrie followed behind Erica, and had waited in the hallway while the latter had entered the guest room and sealed the door from the inside. Then after Battler undid the chain lock and escaped, she entered the room in his place. Then Kyrie reset the chain lock from the inside and hid in the closet just like Battler had done. Yes, Battler truly isn't inside this guest room right now. However, that doesn't mean that no one else is inside it. Kyrie took Battler's place in the closet, the one exception that Erica had left, and is still there. Kyrie saved Battler.
後ろ宮キリエにはバトラーを救えない。
Why? You can't just say that. Huh? Why? Dang it.
どういうことよ。
What do you mean?
後ろ宮キリエにはバトラーを救いなさい。
どうしてよ。
Why not?
キリエに
I
バト
know,
ラーを
that's
助けられ
just
な
my
い
words
赤
right
き真実
here.
はないわ。というかあんたどうして赤き真実が使えるの？
有効よ。ドラノールの赤き真実は有効よ。
石剣抜刀許可申請。
許可します。やってください、ドラノール。
どうしてあんたがそ
Cheaters.
れを許可できるのよ。
有効よ。公正なジャッジメントとして私がこの赤き真実を保証するわ。
理由の開示なく？
すぐに開示するわ。すぐにね。
キリエの死亡宣言をバトラーは赤き真実で語っていないわ。キリエには死んだふりが許される。そしてガムテープの封印は3部屋を使い切り、キリエの部屋を封じることはできないはず。なのにどうしてキリエにバトラーが救えないなんて赤き真実が使えるの？赤き真実の根拠がないわ。
根拠はすぐに教えるわ。さあ、それよりラムダ、 切り絵ではロジックを通せなくなったわ。バトラと入れ替わる他の駒にロジックを差し替えなさい。
I have a bad feeling I know where this is going to lead.
バトラを助けられる駒はまだいるんだから。
Reconstruct the logic. All we need is someone who can switch places with Battler. It doesn't have to be Kyrie.
なら夏日に差し替えるわ。
Oh yeah, that sounds like something Natsu would do. Not?
後ろ宮夏日がバトラと入れ替わったのよ。
ドラノールやっちゃった
良いです。
Dolinor's red longsword. Smash Natsui's pieces into little bits. How? Can Erica deny this logic without the detective's authority?
後ろ宮夏日にはバトラを救えません。じゃあエヴァ、後ろ宮エヴァ、後ろ宮エヴァにはバトラを救えません。じゃあローザ、マリア、無駄です。ローザにもマリアにも救えないのです。ですですですですです。
Oh.
ですですですですです
Oh,
です。
oh,
代打です。
Oh,
選択中です。
oh,
グレードイコライザーイズです。
it is! It is!
イギ先生、エリカさんは探偵権限を持たないはずです。その彼女がどうしてガムテープの封印以外の赤き真実を使えるのですか？
異議却下。探偵権限を持たないことがすなわち一切のあるのね。ね
ええ、あるんです。探偵権限を持たない人間にも許されているいくつかの例外的な赤き真実が。
バカな、そんなものあるわけがない。
はい、ありはしません。しかし探偵権限を持たない人間にだけ許されたある行為が魔女によって容易に赤き真実に昇華できるほどの圧倒的信頼性を持った真実となり得るのです。
探偵以外の人間に許されたある行為。
まさかエリカ、お前。
ピンときたわ。なるほどね。私の想像が当たっているならそれは有効だわ。赤き真実。
わかりません。探偵権限がないことによって許される力なんてあるんですか？
ある。一つだけある。
ようやく気づかれましたか。そうです。私はその力を得るためだけに今回探偵権限を放棄したのです。あなたは気が向いたらいつでも探偵宣言をしていいと言ってくれましたね。でも残念なことに今探偵宣言が出せないんです。
ノックス、何条だ？
ノックス第7条です。探偵が犯人であることを禁ず。
Wait. Is Erica the culprit?
そんな。
Finally, Beto realized everything. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. I had I was trying to come up with like what would be the thing that she could use as a human. I was like, did she cut off their hands or something so they couldn't set a chain lock? Yes, the detective's authority bestows several powers that are useful for reasoning, but it eliminates one single privilege. That is knock 7. It is forbidden for the detective to be the culprit.
今回のゲームでは探偵権限のない人間には完全な検視はできない。だから死者は全員死んだふりで、それで自在に歩き回って数々のトリックを行っている。そのロジックで以後の不可能犯罪を進めようと思われていたのでしょう。私が探偵宣言をしないと言い出した時、あなたは内心これで勝ったと思ったはずです。あなたも狡猾ですね。ガムテープの封印を与え、一見慈悲を与えたように見せましたが、それ結託して以後の犯行を行える手はずを整えてあったからです。ですから6人を下回る3部屋分しか与えなかったのです。どの部屋をどう封じようと、あなたの手下は誰かが自由に行動できる。
Is it lagging a bit again? Oh, it has been a great night, has it not? Okay, I think it should be caught up. Or at least it's caught up for me. Maybe try refreshing if that's an issue. You know, that's what I was thinking. Like, cut off their heads or their arms. They can't do anything without those.
そのあたりからうまく私を追い込んでいこうと企んでいたのですが、しかし残念ですね。
Yeah, I wasn't sure because it looked like my stream was lagging again, so I figured I'd
つくづく
test it.
あなたの甘さにはうんざりします。バカな男です。
認める。お前らの猿芝居にまんまと騙され、お前に慈悲を与えるというおごりを見せたことを。そうだな。探偵権限などなくても人間にはあるんだ。絶対検視を誤らない方法が。
Is the human lying in front of you alive or dead? You can answer that question by examining the corpse. With just a quick glance, your chance of being right are 50-50 either way. Various bits of knowledge and experience can be used to obtain a more precise result. However, no matter how much you do that, while you can reach up to 99%, you can never reach 100% accuracy. That's what most people would think. However, there is one way to conduct a perfect examination.
殺すということです。
I suppose that's true.
エリカ。
探偵権限のない私には犠牲者たちが死んでいるのかそのふりをしているのか判別がつきません。ですからそれを確定させる必要がありました。そしてそれはできることなら彼らがおとなしく駒置き場に退場してくれて、以後のゲームをおかしな形でかき回さないでくれることが望ましいのです。だから私は慌ただしい屋敷内を駆け巡り、全ての現場を訪れ、全員をしっかりと殺し直したのです。
Are you allowed to re-kill them?
なんということ。もちろん殺し方も何でもいいわけじゃない。
Is that a legal move? Are you allowed to re-kill people?
赤き真実で死を断定できるほどに完璧な殺し方でなくてはならない。エリカはそれをしっかり踏まえて殺したの。殺す行為そのものはいろいろだけど、
その殺した全員の頭部を完全に切断したの。
Ah, so I wasn't exactly wrong.
これは赤き真実に昇華するに十分な殺し方よね、ラムド。
Guess that's true.
有効よ。
Good job, Erica.
頭部を切断されて生きながらえる人間など存在しない。
返り血も浴びずに何人もの頭部を切断なんて。
She was probably in her swimsuit, wasn't she? I know it.
例えば厨房からゴミ用の大きなビニール袋を持ってきて包丁、そしてビニールで死体全体を覆いながら作業すれば返り血はほとんど防げます。もちろん包丁もビニールも人数分用意し、現場にそのまま捨てていきました。下手に持ち歩いて血ボタを廊下に走らせたり自分の服を汚したりなんて無様な真似は一切しません。現場には私の指紋のついたビニールなどが残されているでしょうが、警察が来るまで物語が続かないこのゲームでは何の物証にもなりませんから。
Then she managed to convince them all to huddle together so she can come murder them later. Savage.
捨てていって何の問題にもなら
I
ない。
think we have ample evidence at this point that Erica is, in fact, insane. You are correct. Oh, yes, yes, she is.
ミステリーで許されると思ってるのか。
それをファンタジー側の魔女に言われるとは心外です。ご安心を。あなたは殺していません。時間の都合で最後に発見されたバトラさんだけ切断の時間が取れなかったのです。ですのでいただいたガムテープで部屋ごと封印させてもらったわけです。いえいえ、このシナリオを読み切ってわざと泳がせたかもしれないわけですがあ、そうだ、殺したと赤で言えるついでにもう一つ赤で言えることがありました。
At that point, Erica stopped for a second. And still, can she really be wearing an even uglier expression than everything before now? With that highest quality face she spoke.
私が殺した5人全員は私が殺す瞬間までちゃんと生きていました。
Well, that's cool.
皆さん律儀に殺される直前の瞬間まで頑張って死んだふりをしていましたよ。
Didn't have time to decapitate someone, did have the time to steal windows from the outside. Could you just imagine that? You just like, oh, I think someone's coming in, time to play dead again. And then Erica just comes in giggling and starts severing your neck.
マリアさんが一番頑張り屋さんでした。だってあの子同じ部屋で先にお母さんが殺されてるってのにずっと気づかずに死んだふりをしてたんですよ。
Good job, Maria. Just like Mom would have wanted. They're demons. Up until now, many witches and demons have appeared in this tale. But for the first time, here are true demons. The police will understand. It's legally justifiable. This time, Beto understood the entire plot of this tale. This tale was just the story of a prank. It's just a prank, bro. Surely someone had thought of playing a slightly harsh trick on this inconsiderate guest, who loved to show off her intelligence and act the part of a great detective. and several people had agreed to go along with it. Then the ones who would play the victims and go into their assigned rooms, set the chain and the lock from the inside, and play dead to create a fake closed room murder. If you think about it that way, the rooms chosen for the corpses seem to make more sense. It was only natural for Natsui to die in her own room. If you're going to play dead, it's only natural that you'd want to lie down on your own bed. Eva's vanity is strong, so she must have asked to die in the VIP room. And die she did. Kyrie was in Cross's study. That was probably well air-conditioned and comfortable. Rosa and Maria were in the parlor. Soft sofa should have been a great place to play dead. And dead she did. Maria had done her best and had impressively acted the part of lying dead alongside the wall. Battler was in a guest room. The temperature here was also nice. The popular theory is that Erica washes up on the island in all games but drowns in 1 to 4. I hope so. The bed must have also been fairly pleasant. Yes, the victims for this first Twilight had all died in comfortable rooms. In the past games, the corpses had often been found exposed in the courtyard or under the rose garden arbor, in the cold gardening shed or in the boiler room. This time, there were no victims in any such inhospitable environments. This is probably the truth. This is the story of a prank, with no one dead since it started. And then this demon had turned it into a real murder case.
エリカ卿を罵る権利があなたにはあります。しかし今はそれによって矛盾の生じたロジックを新しく再提示する義務があります。
灰は灰に、塵は塵に。
Yeah, if we could avoid having to put in spoilers that I have to have people delete, that would be cool. Thank you, please.
死体は死体に。
And once again, thank you for the people that I self-appointed to be mods, because I randomly picked you because you guys were the first one to start watching the Umineko series. So, thank you.
さあ、バトラさん、ゲームを続けましょう。
It's okay, just try to, think about it if you think it might be close to spoilers.
あなたと入れ替わってくれる人間を他に提出してください。でないとあなたのトリック、ロジックエラーになりますよ。
There's now no one who can come to the rescue. Erica's killed all of them because she's a savage.
くそくそ
バトラさん、心を落ち着けてください。今は涙をこらえて戦いましょう。あなたを助けられる駒は5人を失ってもまだゲストハウスに11人もいます。
Yeah, they can't do anything in there.
そうだ。クラウス、秀吉、ルドルフ、ジョージ、ジェシカ、シャノン、カノン、ケンジ、コーダ、熊沢、南條。
Yeah, I think you did suggest it, Raymond. I just remembered when I was looking up ideas for mods, I thought about it for a while and I was like, let's just see who made comments on the videos first. How did the seems the game master isn't aware of happen in a game board? That's a good question.
誰でもいい。誰がここに来られれば。
I still stick behind the idea that being able to retroactively change the game board is like massive cheating. And Battler shouldn't have given her that power. And he's incompetent.
来てくれ。
これを見てくださ
wait.
ガートルードコーネリア金系慎んで出頭するものなりや。わとらそ
What? What?
これを見てください。なんだ
What are those? Erica, who is now so excited that her pronunciation was tumbling all over the place, pointed at two doors. It was the hallway on the second floor of the guest house. They were in front of the cousin's room in the next room over.
これ何か扉に貼ってありますよ。これは何？これは何？ねえ何？ガートルード
金系いとこ部屋のガムテープの封印と知りたまえ。
Oh yeah!
Very good!
That's one!
One more! こっちの扉のは金系隣部屋のガムテープの封印と知りたてまつれ。Oh, very
Very good!
good! さあお二方、そしてどうぞお茶の間のテレビの前の皆さんもご覧ください。双方の部屋の扉、ガムテープの封印をどうぞご覧ください。さあそのどちらもどうですか？破れてますか？破れてませんか？さあ高らかに赤き真実でお願いします。
謹んで申し上げる。
どちらも破られていないものと知りたまえ。
破られていない封印とはすなわち未だ何者の出入りも拒みたることの証と知りたまえ。
封印を破らずしての出入り、改めて言うに及ばず不可能と知りたてまつれ。
So good.
グッドです。
Good.
バトラー、ご覧の通りです。あなたを助けに来ることができる人間はもはや存在しないのです。
The victims of the first Twilight have all been killed, and the guest house is still sealed. No one can come to the rescue. Erica had guessed this moment might happen so long ago. And that was why she had made the strategic move of suddenly sealing these two rooms. This accounted for the doubts Cornelia had felt at the time. Wondering why the human-side player wouldn't want as many free humans as possible was a natural, simple reaction to that move. However, if you sealed up all humans, there would be no room for magic to intervene. Why is magic magic? Because people who saw it say that it was magic. But then, is it possible for magic to exist in a place with no people? Is there no problem with that because there's no anti-magic toxin? Wrong. Magic in a place that isn't being witnessed is no different from a delusion, a daydream. Magic that matches a result must be carried out by human hands. If all humans are sealed off, then magic cannot be created. This was Erica's strategy for this game, and her beautiful checkmate.
さて、誰が助けに来るんですか？
あなたと入れ替わって代わりに客室にとどまり、内側からチェーンロックをかけてくれた本当の人間を教えてください。
So it wasn't that she retroactively changed it, it's that she had this planned out 20 steps ahead and Battler never bothered to recheck.
入れ歯の話ですが。さあバトラー、あなたのロジックは今断たれているよ。誰があなたを助けに来てくれたというの？あなたは今ロジックエラーを起こしている。
Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
待て、今それを考えてる。
バトラには2つの権利と1つの義務があるわ。1つの権利は 新しいロジックを構築してあなたの密室脱出トリックを再び完成させること。もう一つの権利はロジックエラーを潔く認めること。
The only thing she didn't expect, the letter ended up being irrelevant.
そして一つの義務はそのどちらかを必ず選ばなければならないことよ。
慈悲はあるの。それを選択することに対し課せられる時間制限はない。そうよ、それこそ無限に永遠にあるのだから。
きっとまだ方法が、何か言い逃れのような、へりくつのような、とにかくきっと何かまだ方法が。
俺も考えてる。ベアトはどうだ？何かあったら教えてくれ。かつてのベアトならきっと何とかできるはずなんだ。あいつはこういう密室をいくつも作ってみせたんだ。
Beto felt awful. Why was she Beto, and yet not? Surely the old her would have thought of a trick under these restrictions. If only she could do that, she could guide Battler to victory. But she couldn't do it as her current self.
きっといいトリックが思いつくわよ。いつかきっと、多分、おそらく無理だと思うけど。
ではバトラー、再び客室に戻るわよ。そここそがこれからのあなたの世界。
Once again, they returned to the slightly chilly guest room. It was the same room as before, of course, but it felt as though an unsettling darkness had crept in.
ここがこれからあなたの過ごす部屋よ。どんな方法でもいいから、あなたはこの部屋から抜け出せばいい。
ただし条件があります。お分かりと思いますが、それはあなたが自ら貸したものです。まずこの部屋は内側から作られた密室です。窓の封印は健在
Retroactive
ですの
duct
で、
tape is my
窓
progressive
から
rock
脱
band
出はあ
name.
りません。バスルームからの脱出方法ももちろんない。はっきり断言しましょう。この扉以外に脱出口はありません。しかしこの扉にはチェーンロックがかかっています。外すもかけ直すも自由ですが、それは内側からしかできません。そして扉から出ることさえ自由ですが、チェーンロックがかかっていない状態での退出は脱出。あなたはチェーンロックを維持したままこの部屋から脱出してみせなくてはならない。
そんな、できるわけが。
できるわけがないの？自らが作った密室だわ。
一箇所だけ扉とは異なる脱出口を設けておいたわ。それはバスルームにある。
どうしてもバトラさんが脱出するトリックが思いつかない時のための慈悲深い我が主による救済です。慎んで聞きなさい。
Ernquistel guided Battler to the bathroom. It was just a normal bathroom. Setup that had surprised Erica to buy time was no longer working. However, the bundle of wires and nippers that had been used to prepare that trap still lie in the empty bathtub.
これを脱出のための道具に使ってもいいという。
どうぞプレゼントするわ。ただし何を使おうとも部屋の外から施錠はできない。封印もごまかせないけれどね。この道具はチェーンロックをごまかすためにあるんじゃないの？ もっと直接的にあなたをこの部屋から脱出させるためにあるのよ。
どうやって使えと。
Oh, Battler, I'm sure she'd love to tell you.
さすがベル、よくもつくづくそんなえぐいこと。
このバスルームから直接外部につながる出口があるわ。どこか見つけられる？
まさか。
ベアトには分かるのか。頼む、教えてくれ。
そんな無理です。
頼む、どこだ、教えてくれ。ここでゲームを終わらすわけにはいかねえんだ。
そこ。
どこ？浴槽の下？
あるじゃないですか、この部屋から出ていける丸い穴が。ちょっと小さいけれどね。
マイル、マイル。
Alright, Battler, it's time to get rid of some of that fat.
そこの浴槽の底の排水。
We're not gonna fit in there as you are right now. You eat too much.
そこからならチェーンロックを維持したまま外へ出られるわよ。でも確かにその出口から出るにはあなたの体は大きすぎるわ。だからそこから出られるように道具を貸してあげるわけにして。
You can escape through the drain? How? She couldn't mean using those nippers for 100 years to widen that hole, right? Hadler and Vito had already realized. They had figured out this demonic way out that the demons were proposing.
このニッパーね、あんたの体を通れるサイズにすれば
Small bombs
い
would be
いんです。
useful right about now.
プチプチブチブチのんびりと
ブチブチ
お風呂の中で温かなシャワーでも浴びながら自分の体を足の指あたりから少しずつちぎっては流しちぎっては流し、それを繰り返せばあら不思議、あなたはいつの間にか密室を脱出した。
I mean, that works for a while until you get to like your hands or your head and then you're kind of stuck.
不思議ですね、我が主。それって兄弟揃って同
Oh,
じ末
oh, I
路
didn't
です
even
ね。
think about that. That's true.
でもベル、それじゃあ最後にペンチを握ってる手だけが残っちゃうじゃない。
そこで今度は針金の出番なのよ。あらかじめバトラは手首を針金で縛って、その針金の先端を扉の隙間から廊下へ伸ばしておきなさい。手首くらいならチェーンロックの隙間からもきっと出られるわ。そこまで小さくできたら私が廊下から針金を引っ張ってあなたをそこから救い出してあげるわ。
我が主、引っ張ったらそれバトラの手首。
Can the nipping hands nip themselves?
何に使うやら。でもダメよ、孫の手にするって決めてあるから。そしたらそれであんたの背中もポリポリしてあげるわ。どう？
はい、我が主。バトラの手首で孫の手。主に背中ポリポリ。あいつらがうるさいよ。イラつく、ムカつく。大丈夫よ、すぐに静かになるわ。あなたの思考を乱す一切のノイズはこれ永遠になくなるわ。
そいつは嬉しいぜ。静かになってせいせいすら。
これは
地獄の生還者からの忠告よ。この賑やかさをよく楽しんでおきなさい。あんたをムカつかせる悪行増言さえ永遠の静寂の中では正気を保つ温かな思い出になりうるんだから。ベルンやエリカが憎いならば、それはベルンたちの選別よ。憎しみがある限りあなたは諦めずに済む。諦めるってのはね、ここでは意味が違うのよ。諦めてなお出られぬ地獄が永遠であることを今のうちから覚悟なさい。
今あなたは生還者だ。じゃああなたも。
私もね、たまにね、あの恐怖が蘇るのよ。私は本当にあの地獄を抜けられたのかしらって。実は私の心はとっくにおかしくなっていて、あの地獄の中に未だいながらここにこうしていて楽しくあんたたちと話をしているという妄想を見ているだけなのかもしれないと未だに悪夢に怯えさせられるの。だから私はこれが夢でないと永遠に感じ続けていなきゃならないの。ねえ、あんたたちは本当に現実？未だに地獄の中にいて壊れた私が見ている妄想じゃないの？ねえねえ。
Yeah, that is kind of scary to think about. There was something in Lambda Delta's pleading expression that sent shivers down the spine. It was probably more terrifying than any threatening words she could have used with even the most vile expression on her face. It's time for Battler to realize a logic error isn't so sympathetic that you can just stick out your tongue, ask for forgiveness, and say you'll be more careful next time. It is never worth risking one by leaving things up to chance, even if you feel that you can't back down at this point in the fight. It's time for him to pay up and understand the true risk and terror implied by the words betting one's life on a fight, which must sound so exciting for a man.
バトラさん、しっかり。私も真剣に考えます。この部屋から脱出するトリックを一生懸命考えますから。きっと助けに来ますから。
ベアト。絶対に考えついてやるからな。見てろ。
ではお名残惜しいけど、これで私たちは退出しましょう。これ以上彼の仕事の邪魔はできないわ。
それではまた。バトラさん、あなた風に言うと See you again. How about
Have a nice day.
じゃあね、バトラしっかりね。
バトラさん、絶対諦めないで。必ずトリックは思いつきますから。私も考えて必ず助けに来ますから。
ベアト。
Before he could finish saying Beto's name, they had all disappeared. They hadn't disappeared into golden spray, or turned into butterflies and flown away. Just as though there had never been anyone in this room since the beginning. Everyone but him had vanished in an instant. Nothing remained. Not their voices, their presence, their warmth. Nor even the faint perfume Beto had worn. The frigid air of the room was wrapped only in the lonely sound of the wind and rain. Copyright rain, with that overpowering feeling of isolation. I finally began to realize how horrible a punishment this would be.
ふざけやがって。こんな部屋簡単に出られるじゃねえか。いいか、部屋ってのはな、出たり入ったりができるようになってるんだぜ。
Oh, is this a good place to stop? Or in the next 10 minutes? Well, we did contemplate the idea that Battler has gotten himself into a drunken stupor and is now just imagining everything that's happening at the moment. Back from all that time ago. Next scene change? Alright, we can do that. How pointless. It's easy to undo the lock and chain from the inside. Dang, for some reason I've always been clumsy, and undoing chain locks always gives me trouble. Oh, it's off. How pointless. Look, I can already open the door whenever I want. Hey, what's this cold feeling on my neck? What the heck is this? Why is there suddenly a 3D chain on my screen? This iron collar around my neck that's attached to a chain. Dang, who would do something like that? Is the next scene change 3 hours away? I hope you're not pulling my leg here. I only have 2 of those. You know what, let's just, yeah, that makes sense, yeah, how the purple scenes happen. You know, let's just stop here. And I'll pick up next time. Because we've been going for about 3.5 hours. I think that's long enough for my poor computer. Okay. Some people linked me some stuff. Here, I'm gonna save this real quick. Some people linked me some stuff. I just want to take a quick look at them. Oh, by the way, yeah, these updated, didn't he? The most perfect kind of corpse, both impossible to mistake an autopsy on and perfectly capable of being identified. Oh, they all say the same thing, that they've been severed by a blade. Except Battler. Still don't have a detailed investigation because he's attempting to escape a room at the moment. Yeah, so we will stop there for today. Let me pull up what these are for anyone who's still interested. Let me see what these things I was shown was. What is this? Oh, this was that pachinko thing. Is it all in Japanese? I'd prefer not to. I don't want to watch an entirely Japanese thing with no subtitles. I don't know. I mean, it's all in Japanese. I'm not going to get a whole lot from it. And I had one other thing. Does that work? Oh, this is good though. It's Erica animation. I mean, I'll look at it some other time. I just don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want to watch it for like this whole time. For something that I'm not going to be able to understand. But this is pretty good, though. Let's see. Let's do sub-region. Does that work? No, that doesn't. Dang it. I don't quite understand. Like, these things used to work, and now they don't. Try sub-region. We're almost done. There's Erica. Well, anyway, yeah, we're going to stop there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Like I said, this past week's been pretty rough on me. So it was pretty hard to get almost anything out. So hopefully this next coming week shouldn't be nearly as bad, but it's just like basically 7 days straight of work, which I don't normally do. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.